Alright, welcome to a brand new Brick and Driver Exotics, where today we're going to be looking at 3 ultra fast, ultra high performance, ultra expensive, ultra everything supercars. The only ultra thing that they aren't is slow. We have the Vescor VFR, Takata Volans, and TSC Aerovoker. I think that's how you say it. Don't quote me on that one. So, as this is exotics, our main categories are going to be looks, interior, speed, braking, and handling, and we'll do 2 rounds of handling with the course up there to Hilltown and Moose Test. And I don't really know if the sound is going to work because the sound going through my headset isn't working, but for some reason OBS Studio picks up the sound, and then whenever I go to look back at the recording later, I can hear sound. So it's just all really weird. I don't really know what's going on. So right now I'm putting sound through a external speaker that's not my headsets, so I can sort of hear it through the headset. It's just all really confusing. I want to get a new headset, but I'm sure Amazon isn't going to make that very easy for me. But anyway, looks, first of all, I've already kind of mentioned in the past when I did the first look video on the Vescor that I wasn't a huge fan of the front end. And I like the looks of the TSC overall, and I like the sort of Enzo Ferrari look that you get from the Takata. So I'm going to have to give the Vescor last on this one. But first, of course, I must play How Badly Can I Type? And is autocorrect going to correct everything that I do? Yes, it is. Does not like TSC. So Vescor gets last, only getting 5 points. Now between these two, I'm kind of torn. I like the, as I said before, I like the Enzo Ferrari look on this, and I like the other little details you get on here, like the lines going up here, radiators. The wing is very big on this. And I quite like the back end, but I honestly think it's a little bit too tall. And the rest of the car, I think, is. It has the right ground clearance, but I think overall it's too tall because this is sort of what I think you get for a wagon of something for height. But this one here, I'm not so sure. I like the back end on this. I like Takata, Volans, everything else on the back. Especially the exhaust. That's something you don't see in a whole lot of cars and brick rigs, and I'd like to see if more people put exhausts on there. This sort of has an exhaust, and this has an exhaust, but a lot of other vehicles don't have exhaust. So overall, I think because of the fact that this is a little bit tall, in my opinion, and you guys might have a different opinion than that, but for me it is a bit. So I'm going to have to give first to the Takata. And the TSC is not far behind. I just don't think it's as good as the Takata. I'm also a Ferrari person, and that looks a lot like a Ferrari in real life. So on the interior, the TSC is definitely going to get it, although I'm not. It's a little bit too green in my opinion. Very colorful. I think they tried to match the outside of the car, and they did that well. And this is also the only car here which actually has a seat that isn't just normal seat. It has the curved ramp to make it look a little bit more realistic without the studs, which I like. It also has a gear shift, the stop-start button, gauges, a cup holder, and other buttons. My opinion, though, I would have made that white, but anyway. The Takata has a pretty basic interior. Doesn't even have a working steering wheel, so it's going to get last. For a car that is made as good as builder as Mushy is, as good as the rest of the car looks, I would at least expect a working steering wheel. And there isn't much with the interior on this either. That leaves the Vescor to get second. Hang on a minute, I forgot that the Vescor had this interior. I like all the exterior details in here. So I think I'm actually going to give the Vescore first, and the TSC second. That means, why does it always happen? Like, right when we go into the second challenge, all of the cars are tied at 20, because that's what happened again today. I like this because it has really detailed seat backs. I like the footwells, has a gear shifter, and, unlike Takata, a working steering wheel. Alright, so let's go out and do our top speed test. We'll take the Vescore first. Forgot how quick this car was off the line. And that's only second gear. And I'm pretty sure that this has an 8-speed transmission. So we shouldn't have any issue getting a good gear. Anything. Oh, and for, we'll see. Here, move up a little bit. Okay, that's engaged. 3, 2, 1, go. I feel like this is a little bit unrealistically fast, but 141 miles per hour, which is amazingly fast. It's probably one of the biggest runs we've ever had for this challenge. Now the Takata. Let me see which way I'm turning my wheel. Wait, nope, it doesn't have a working steering wheel. Forgot about that. 3, 2, 1, go. 141 miles per hour is the speed to beat. A lot of wheel spin. It's a little bit unstable. Jeez. Wait, this doesn't have working turning signals either. Okay, I'm going to dock the Takata an extra 5 points because it does not have working turning signals, does not have a working steering wheel. Those are things that I kind of expect on cars anymore. So, Takata, sorry, 5 points go away. But anyway, that got like 157 miles an hour, which is definitely the fastest run we've ever seen. Now it's time for the TSC, which won the speed challenge in our wagon test. 3, 2, 1, go. And this is the only one with the small engine I can't control. So I'm going to give it one more chance at a run, and if I can't control it again, it's just going to be the speed that I get when I lose control. $147-ish. But yes, it is hard to control. So although it did win, I'm going to tie it with what the Vescore had, just because it is hard to control. So the Vescore, at last, it's going to get 5. The TSC is also going to get 5. And the Takata is going to get 10 because I'm taking some off because of the turning signals. Okay, now we must do braking, and because these are exotic cars, and we've just shown that they can break the 150 miles an hour area pretty easily, we are going to do our braking challenge today at 70 miles an hour. Okay. I think I honestly braked it a little bit late there, I must say, so I'm going to give it this. Now for the Vescore. Put that here, and I think I'll move one of the two over a bit. parking brake a little bit early. There we go. But still, that is substantially better than the TSC. Now for the Takata, we need to move this out of the way just a bit. There we go. Okay. Takata. There. Here. 70. I was not up to 70. Probably should shift. Trying to do it in the lowest gear possible to minimize wheel spin. Yep, the brakes are definitely amazing on the Takata. So, there's definitely a huge difference in braking between these cars. You have the TSC, which has extremely high top speed and is a little bit uncontrollable, which does not have very good brakes. You have the Vescor, which is pretty controllable at high speed, I must say. And it's got good brakes, and then this, which is semi-controllable at high speed, it just has a lot of wheel spin, has really good brakes. So the Vescor gets 10 points with braking. The Takata gets 15 points. And the TSC gets 5. Now we need to get the Moose test. Wrong garage. Oh, it's going to do the I don't want to spawn game. Okay, I'm going to cut till this is, because Moose test shows up, because this is really... Never mind, I don't need to cut it all, it's right there. Oh yeah, shut up, it's fine. God mode it, because... well, it's going to happen. Seems like a good place. Grab the Takata first. We're going to do 30 miles an hour. Ish. Doing a nice burnout. Actually, we'll do a little bit faster, like 40-ish, because these are definitely a pass for the Takata. Remember, you get 10 points for passing, and I kind of expect all of these to pass this, to be completely honest. Because they are very modern. Whoa, that just barely passed. That's the wrong vehicle. Wrong vehicle again. Why can't I click? There we go. Out of all of them, seeing how it performed in the speed challenge, this would be the one I wouldn't expect to pass. But so all of them passed, which means I'll give them all an extra 10 points, even though it won't really matter. So I actually don't think I'm going to bother. So now we're going to do the hill climb, which is probably the thing that people are going to be most concerned about with these cars. So let me scroll over here, get my stopwatch. I'm expecting all of these to be 50 seconds or less. Likely less. 3, 2, 1, go. Whoa, okay, yep. You can turn anytime. Yep, anytime. Forgot the brakes. Okay. Should be a turn up here. Yep, there we go. The blind spot is a little bit big, I must say, which makes it difficult when going around very tight corners. And as I said before, the front's really high, so I can't really see a lot of what's directly below here, and I can't see like exactly where the turn is or stuff like that. But even so, 45.6. Which is really good. Let me write this down so I don't, like, forget. Oh, here's the athletic handbook thing that I... TSC 45.60. Now for the Vescore, which honestly is the most stable of the vehicles here that I've seen. 3, 2, 1, go. Wow, this is really good. Whoa, okay, got a little bit of wheel spin there. Sent me going out, but I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. I didn't really show it there, but I can see what I'm doing better with this than in the TSC because it has a shorter nose. Not much shorter, but it is shorter. Okay, I lost a piece of the car. 44.5. So, the score, 44.50. And I will decide at the end if I think that it will get a penalty. I'm kind of thinking that it will get a penalty because it lost pieces. When you buy a car like that, I mean, a lot of people are going to buy cars like that to go up that course and have fun doing it. So I think I'm going to subtract 5 because of... Actually, it's just going to get a 5-second penalty. Actually, we'll give it 4 seconds. 4-second penalty for that. I know 4 is a really odd number, but whatever. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Good brakes. I'm used to driving slower cars up here, I must say. When we do this. Whoops. A piece of my car fell out. That's probably not a good thing. There we go, up there. Piece of that. Okay. So it got 41.9. And that would, of course, mean that it's our winner. And I'm sorry if I stopped talking when I was driving up the handling courses, because those cars are really hard to control, and I kind of need all of my focus to keeping them on the road and not down there. So I'm not even going to bother adding the 10 points because they all passed. So TSC will get second place despite its last place score in total handling because the Vescore decided it wanted to lose some of its pieces. So it's going to get 10. The Takata won, giving it 15. And then the Vescore got last, giving it 5. Okay, so total scores. The Vescore, 5, 20, 25, 35, 40. Or 50 if you add the moose test. Takata, 15, 20, 30, 45, 60. So Vescore is out. TSC 10, 20, 25, 30, 40 as well. So the Takata is our winner here today. Make sure to check out all of these creations in the workshop. These builders put a lot of time into these. And I like all of these cars, even though the Takata won. Someone gave me one of these cars, I definitely say yes, I would love to drive these because they're all great cars. But anyway, like I said, check out all these creations on the workshop if you have have any suggestions for future brick and drivers, leave them down in the comments. Leave them on Steam. Just let me know, and maybe I will do it. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope my sound is working. Like I said, it's been acting really goofy today. But anyway, see you next time.